currently working with Amazon as an SD2.
Hey Geeks, Akshay Bhaskar this side. Welcome to another session. Today we're going to talk about how you should actually begin with DSA. So your first step to DSA, we'll particularly talk about around that topic.
Yeah, so I'm a 2017 graduate. Back in 2017, I graduated from IIIT Allahabad, and I pursued my graduation in electronics and communication branch. So the reason I'm specifically mentioning that electronics and communication is just that a lot of times people have a misconception about it that in order to get into software development you actually have to have a background of CS or ITs in particular.
Yeah.
But it's just that that's a misconception. I mean, it's better if you have it sorted on your end prior to actually joining a college. Then you should definitely pursue a branch like CS and IT. But in case you realize at a later point of time, then it's not late. It's never late.
So how important is DSA for the student's career, for your career?
If we talk in terms of a fresher, because software development it's all about data structures and algorithms, because that's the underlying thing behind every application which is running at such a great scale. So the level the beauty with which these applications are created, such resilient systems, all of this is achievable only because the right set of data structures and algorithms have been applied, have been thought through during their development course to actually get to become a part of software development industry. And when you're going in there as a fresher, in that case, a person who's hiring you, any organization that is hiring you, they basically, since you're a fresher, they don't have any data points on your prior work. Okay, because you haven't worked till now, right? You haven't been a part of professional industry. So whenever a company is hiring an individual, they're hiring for a long-term goal. And on a long-term basis, if we think ourselves that who will be the candidate, who will be the right candidate that I as the owner of an organization would want to hire in my organization. So it will definitely be an individual who's good at problem solving, who basically has great implementation skills, who I can trust with that, in case in my company, in my business, if there's any sort of complex problem, this particular guy that I'm hiring will be able to resolve that particular thing in an optimized fashion, in an efficient fashion, and also he or she would be capable enough to implement that via a code. So that's what. And in order to judge that, data structures and algorithms, I think that's like one of the only medium that is there in order to judge that particular competency of any candidate that an organization is hiring, because that gives an affirmation on your end that okay, you are able to think about a problem, you're also able to implement that in a code, and that too in an optimized fashion. So that's why the data structures and algorithms serve as the basic core competency that anyone who aspires to become a part of this industry should possess. And also, if I just in order to make it more relatable, if I just talk how exactly is these concepts being applied to in the real world scenarios. So you can see that as we call it, that this is the internet generation, right? So almost everything is happening these days on any mobile application or in a web application, and everyone is part of the internet in a very so internet has become an integral part of our lives, right? And if we observe within past 8 to 10 years, the data with which these companies are dealing, the number of internet users have grown exponentially, right? And if that number of users are growing exponentially, that literally adds up to the data with which these companies are dealing with. That also has grown to an exponential levels. Now, in order to manage such data, in order to give such a great user experience to any of us. So if you see that when we're typing anything on Google, like within few milliseconds, we're just getting hundreds of suggestions, hundreds of web pages are turning up. So such things, they are and if we just try to analyze the backstory of it, it has so much data from which this information needs to be fetched, right, in order to show it in an optimized fashion. Now, if there is so much data to deal with, and such such low latencies that we need to work with in order to achieve a satisfactory point of such level of applications, we need to implement all of this in a very optimized fashion, and that is only achieved when you decide the right set of data structures and algorithms while building your applications.
Okay, so it's basically the most important aspect when it comes to getting a good placement in any company. All right, so my next question to you would be, how should one begin with DSA?
There are plenty of resources out there. I mean, I personally started with GeeksforGeeks, to be honest, and that was my first step to DSA. So it's like I just ended up on that side. I just read about various data structures, various algorithms, and trust me, I'm not saying that because I'm on this platform. I'm on GeeksforGeeks platform. It's just that I have had a very great experience. I would say just pick up the simple data structures, just read about them. Firstly, just get a language sorted. I mean, try to learn a language, try to learn basic implementation, basic coding in the language. Just try to analyze upon basic components like looping, conditional statements, and variable declarations, stuff like that. So just try to get that. After that, just try to read over basic data structures, try to solve some problems starting from easy level. Then, and that's how you'll progressively, from easy you'll reach till medium level, and then that's how you keep on advancing.
Yeah, okay. All right, Raghav. Thank you so much, man. Take care. Peace.
Thank you, Akshay. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.